But Amy, how do I get investors off of LinkedIn and into my database? How do I get conversations going with them? What do I do to generate more leads and get them off the platform and into my sales funnel? All right, today we're going to talk about that and a little bit more on this week's episode of Raising Capital for Real Estate Investors. Hey, real estate investors, fund managers, syndicators, and capital raisers. If you're struggling with falling short on your capital raises for your real estate deals, if you're also struggling with finding investors beyond your network of friends and family, if you are spending thousands and thousands of dollars and weeks on end to travel to conferences to try to find investors, only to find that the people at those conferences are also trying to raise capital from you, so you're not getting any traction. And if you're really struggling with predicting how much capital you can raise from a deal, because investors say they're going to wire to your deal and then they back out, and you are completely exhausted, hey, I've got you. Hit the subscribe and follow button, and I promise I will deliver free content to you every single week that's going to help you level up, make this capital raising game much better and more efficient. And we're going to do that week in and week out for you. Hey, welcome everyone. If you are in the midst of week 2 of Yona's LinkedIn challenge, congratulations, you're doing it. I love it. All of you all should be in Yona's LinkedIn challenge. If you're not, shame on you, shame on you. Make sure you sign up for the next one. It is such a fantastic way on so many levels to build relationships, up your social media game, all of the good things. But I was thinking about whether I was going to do kind of LinkedIn challenge, biggest mistakes, but we're already so far through the challenge. I think I'm going to do that probably next time. But anyway, welcome, welcome. We're going to talk today about getting investors off of LinkedIn. And you've probably heard me talk a little bit about this with folks on our coaching calls. But yeah, I think this is such an exciting topic. And just to frame us, there are the 4 phases of capital raising, right? You all remember? Who remembers the phases? Let's see. You have the fear zone, which is phase 1. You've had little, if any, success raising capital. Phase 2, the pipeline purgatory, early confidence from 1 or 2 raises fades as friends and family are tapped out and you're kind of stuck. Bottleneck breakpoint, capital raising is consistent because you're finally raising from strangers, but the amount you're raising is plateaued. And of course, phase 4, the confident zone, where capital raising feels predictable and each raise grows in size. So this episode is going to be most relevant for those in pipeline purgatory and bottleneck breakpoint. So to orient us, the top of our funnel is lead generation, is finding investors. And lots of different ways you can do that. The most efficient way I found, obviously I'm very biased, is on LinkedIn. But I have people say, hey, Amy, I've got my profile all dialed in. It's all, nice and set up. And I've been posting consistently 5 to 7 days a week. I have really great content. It's generating interactions and leads. And even some people are DMing me, talking to me about what we have going on. And I'm making comments outside of real estate people. For the love, everyone, stop commenting on each other's content, unless you're in Yona's challenge, of course, that's the exception. But the question now is, okay, Amy, so I'm doing all the things. How do I get them into my investor database? What am I doing here? And so I'm going to give you a few tactics and tips that I teach people in my one-on-one work and my mastermind that has been really, really effective. So I want you to put yourself in the mindset right now when you first learned about commercial real estate investing. So unless you went to college and studied this, which very few people that are fund managers, capital raisers, and syndicators did, imagine when you first learned about this space, you first learned about commercial real estate investing. Were you ready right then? Someone gave you the idea and you're like, oh, I know exactly how to invest, how to find a deal, how to evaluate an operator, how to make sure I'm protecting myself. Did you know right off the bat? Of course you didn't. Most people spent quite a bit of time reading books, listening to podcasts, attending webinars, maybe even hired a coach or a mentor over months and years, right? Dude, our investors are the same. They're not ready to invest after seeing a few, kind of broad ideas from us, right? Now, we can educate them on LinkedIn through our posts. We absolutely should. Take some time, don't write a novel, but take some time to educate people about that. But there's also quite a bit of opportunity to give people the pitfalls, the things to look out for, the risks, the benefits, how things are structured, what are the terms, all of these things as lead magnets, as ebooks, as webinars. There's so much goodness there because y'all, we have to educate potential investors just because they're excited about the idea to have hands-off income or diversify their retirement doesn't mean that they have any idea how this works, what this all should look like. And that's going to be the key to move folks down our investor funnel. And that's not a manipulative tactic. That's not trying to, get their email and their information. And now all of a sudden we're going to spam the heck out of their inbox with investing opportunities. No, we're going to have a link in our profile that gives access to an ebook or a recorded webinar to talk about how this space works. We're going to post events on LinkedIn, do LinkedIn Lives, have links to off LinkedIn live webinars where we're going to educate folks and equip them to be ready to invest. You all know that LinkedIn is a go-giver platform. And if you're not a go-giver, you're not going to succeed on the platform or with capital raising, I think, as it stands. But we need to create those lead magnets and those consistent resources to bring folks up to speed. There's work to do. And it's going to take, I used to say 8, 9, or 10 touches, but what we're seeing in the marketplace now is it's closer to 12, 13, or 14 touches for people to feel confident investing with you. And who better to help them understand the red flags to look out for or the top, pieces of terminology or how to read a private placement memorandum or what the return structures can look like or what could go wrong or how to mitigate risk. All of these ideas I teach folks that I work with one-on-one in my mastermind how they can nurture investors, get them off the LinkedIn platform, get them in your CRM so you can continue to build a relationship with them. And some people think in their mind, oh, getting them off of LinkedIn into a conversation means they need to schedule time with me right away. Maybe, maybe not. Some people aren't necessarily ready for that. So it's not about getting folks on the phone. In fact, I would argue, you've heard me talk about this. I think folks should go through getting to know you and getting educated way before they get on the phone with you. Because when they're on the phone with you, you want them to already have that breadth of knowledge and that understanding and to be further along in the process so you all can have an individualized conversation. Hey, let's have a quick talk. Have you noticed that the capital raising game has completely changed over the past couple of years? Are you a syndicator, a fund manager, a capital raiser that's struggling to attract investors beyond friends and family, and it's just become so difficult to raise enough money for your deals? Are you losing out on incredible real estate deals that are now showing up in the market because you're not confident that you can raise enough money from your investors to take down those deals? Or worse yet, are you even considering having to throw in the towel on your real estate business and go back to your W-2 because you're struggling to get those deals done due to lack of capital? This is why I created LinkedIn Capital Raising Secrets. It's a course where I teach you my proven 4-step system to turn strangers on LinkedIn to investors in your real estate deals. We teach you how to hack the LinkedIn algorithm, so your target investors see your content, learn from you, like you, trust you, and invest with you. And that is just the beginning of what you'll learn. LinkedIn has over 1 billion users who are looking to grow their wealth, and you have a fantastic opportunity to tap into high net worth individuals to invest in your real estate deals. So in this 8-week on-demand course, we teach you how to find qualified leads and turn them into investors in your deals without feeling like a pushy used car salesman. Oof. So how do you sign up? Go to capitalraisingsecrets.com now and click apply. Fill out our application and see if you're a good fit for the course. We want to make sure that we can help you. And our course will show you how to raise millions and millions of dollars of capital from complete strangers compliantly on LinkedIn, just like I've done, so you don't have to worry about falling short on a raise again. Visit capitalraisingsecrets.com and click apply now to get more information. The last thing I want you all to have is your day after day booked up with potential investors that are asking the same basic questions of, what does a PPM mean? Or what am I going to find there? What's an IRR? I can't figure out how to calculate this. What does this mean? Or what are the best markets to invest in? Those frequently asked questions need to be in a one-to-many communication, in an ebook, in a webinar that's pre-recorded or live, in a tear sheet, in some sort of something. So I would argue your goal to get people off of LinkedIn shouldn't be on a sales pitch on the phone call. Blech. No, we're educating people. We're not selling. This is an opportunity. We're not trying to corral people. So the sales funnel goes, you're posting on LinkedIn, you're commenting, you've got your social media dialed in to the point where people are interested in learning more about commercial real estate investing, but also you. So then you provide them more things to consume about commercial real estate investing and you on their own time without them being afraid that they're going to be pitched. All of these things they can dive into by themselves. They don't have to be on a one-on-one conversation. One-on-one conversations are intimidating. People are assuming that they're going to be pitched, or they think, I don't know enough and I might ask some dumb questions. I don't want to embarrass myself. I just don't even want to bother to go through this. Help people, meet them where they are, provide them with the education and resources to get them off of LinkedIn, but to help them on what we call their customer journey and through the funnel. So that's really what we need to be focusing on in 2026, especially because what in the World War III is happening right now, right? Rod, there's a new Fed chair coming. The jobs numbers don't look so good. Is inflation coming back? Our investors have no idea what's happening, right? And they're looking for guidance. They're looking for expertise. So if we can provide that, again, in an honest way, in an authentic way, in a truthful way, not in a salesy or agenda type of way, that's the way to build relationships and get more investors, especially to get them off of LinkedIn and to developing a better relationship with you. And eventually, after they get their education up to speed and, they feel like they trust you a bit more because they've been consuming your content, then it's time for the phone call. That's when it really gets fun. So, yes, I hope you all learned something today. I hope you all think what it's like to be an investor in this environment, what you would want, what you're hearing the frequently asked questions are from potential investors, and you start providing those resources to folks. You're going to be blown away at what you see. All right, do me a favor, y'all. If this gave you any sort of benefit, truly, I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I need you to give me a review on the platform where you're listening to this, please. It would mean so much. We're working extremely hard to provide valuable content, and a great way to support us is to just take a couple of minutes, give us a review. There are a lot of people struggling, and we want to make sure that the podcast gets out to as many people as possible. And the best way to do that is to give us a rating and review. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. All right, everyone. Bye for now. Hey, real estate investors, fund managers, capital raisers, syndicators. If you are struggling with predicting how much capital you can raise for a deal, because investors say they're going to wire, but they actually back out, you struggle with finding investors beyond your network of friends and family, if you find yourself falling short on your capital raises for your real estate investments, and you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars to travel to conferences all across the country, only to find that the people you're hoping to raise capital from are also trying to raise capital from you, hit the subscribe and follow button, and I promise y'all are going to love what we're going to cover here. I'm going to deliver free content every single week, week in and week out, to help you get to the next level in your real estate investing capital raises.